Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day. It is Call of Duty next, and you guys know what that means. Today we are getting information on multiplayer, on zombies, on the new Warzone experience map, whatever they're calling it. And that is exactly what we're going to be covering today. As you can tell, I'm not at Call of Duty next, but what that does mean is that I'm at home and able to bring you video content on all of the information as quickly as possible. And as far as today goes, we are going to be having 3 different videos. This is, of course, the first one. This is going to be going over the general overview of what is coming with multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3. This is going to have gameplay. We are going to look at new things like movement mechanics, the new nuke, and everything in between. Real gameplay, real footage. This is happening now. The second video today is going to be going over everything, all the little details, all the weapons, all the perks, all of the attachments, everything like that is in the second video. And then the third video today is going to be the new Warzone experience. So as far as this one goes, I want to hop right into the gameplay, give you all of the information that we have, and that way you guys know what is going on, what the gameplay looks like, and everything in between for Modern Warfare 3. Now, everything that we're looking at here came from leaks from last night, but I waited to the embargo to upload it. So that is what's going on here. The second video is going to have all the little details. Third video, Warzone. So make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on, all of that kind of jazz. We're going to be streaming the beta later this weekend, so make sure you check out my Twitch link down in the description. But without further ado, this is our very first look at Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, actual gameplay, actual movement, actual kill streaks, actual everything. Let's get into it. So I want to start out with the big guns right away. First of all, this is some gameplay on Skid Row. As you can see, the weapons look very good. There isn't a ton of recoil. You have the yellow XP indicators popping up. But then the big thing, as you get this kill here, we have it pop up that you got the MGB. And when you call it in, it completely ends the game. So the classic nuke, it appears as though it is weapon kills only. It isn't going to work like a full-on normal kill streak. But if that changes, I will keep you guys updated. But as for now, this is what the nuke is like. Up next, we have Rust. This is kind of an overview of the map and what it looks like from the outside, from the whole sandbox view, but let's actually look at some gameplay of it. So the first thing I noticed here is the red dot sight. It looks very similar to the Call of Duty Vanguard red dot sight, which I don't think is a bad thing. There's very low recoil on the weapons. You get to call in a UAV. You can see the red dots are already working on the mini-map, which is a very, very good thing, which means when you fire your weapon, you're going to show up there. As we're going to talk about later today, Ghost is making a return, but it only works when you are moving around, which is a big thumbs up in my books. But just so you know, that's how the mini-maps are actually going to be working. So up next, we're going to look at some gameplay on Favela. And this first part here just kind of shows off the movement and the slide mechanics, how slide canceling works, dolphin diving, how fast the aim down sight speed is. And the first thing that you're going to notice is it's way, way faster than Modern Warfare 2. The other thing that you may notice is the tactical stance, the one where he kind of fires from the side of the weapon. It is halfway between aim down sights and firing from the hip. It is something new in this game that we have never seen before. Up next, we have High Rise. Now, we're going to see a bunch of gameplay on High Rise, and the interesting thing about this map is that they are returning with all of the original jump spots and areas that you get to on this map, one of which is way up on the roof. Of course, it takes a little while to get there. You have an advantage once you're up there. You can also get outside onto all of the cranes, but just like the original Modern Warfare 2, all of these spots are available for you to get to. And just like the original Modern Warfare 2, the Easter eggs are there as well. For example, when you get on top of this roof here, the teddy bears are once again on top. I have a couple of videos talking about that on the channel, but these specifically are the teddy bears from Sledgehammer games, which are different than the ones from Infinity Ward games, but they're all the same spots, just like the original Modern Warfare 2. And I thought this was a nice reminder of where this map came from. Now, once again, going back to Rust, we have sniping. So sniping looks really, really good. The ADS seems really fast. The target acquisition seems really good. And all in all, I just really like the look of it. The other thing that you may notice is the kill streaks that we are getting here. So the first one that we have is, of course, the UAV. This has been in like every Call of Duty game ever. Based off of what we are seeing here, these are kill streaks. We don't know if score streaks are going to be in the game. The second thing that we get is a Guardian. I believe that this shoots down air streaks, but that's something we will look more at moving forward later today. Then we get in and have a look at a couple of weapons and the create a class system. Now, this is something that we are going to look at in much more depth in the second video today with all of the different perks and things like that. But you're going to notice a couple changes here. You have your primary weapon, you have your secondary weapon, you have your tactical, you have your lethal, and you have your field upgrade. The other things that you have are gloves, boots, gear, and vests. Each of these operate as their own individual perk. And later today in the second video, we're going to go through all of these, but keep in mind that equipment, just like you're looking at here, your gloves, your boots, your gear, and your vest all have their own perk that goes alongside them. And based off of what of those you choose, it is going to change up your gameplay. And essentially the easiest way to look at it, it is going to change your perks. The rest of what we're looking at here is very similar to what we have within Modern Warfare 2. You can see that you can access Gunsmith in-game, which is a big positive, and that's going to be there at launch. And this is what your basic creator class is going to look like with 5 attachments on each weapon. Now in this gameplay, we can also see the second sniper here as well, both of which look very, very good. And I have to say the maps and the recreations of them and the way that the graphics look absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on these. And of course you can too this weekend on the PlayStation beta as well. So this is essentially another look at the different tactical stances. You can see the difference between hipfire, ADS, and once again, that tactical stance, that in between ADS and hipfire. And the other thing that you can see here is how quick the slide animations are, and shoot to fire and aiming while you could actually slide. It is very, very much faster and very different than what we saw in Modern Warfare 2. And in my opinion, a big, big improvement. This is going to be something that'll immediately feel faster than Modern Warfare 2 and speed up that gameplay experience big time. This is something that people were asking for with Modern Warfare 2, and it appears as though we are finally getting it, not with Modern Warfare 2, but rather with Modern Warfare 3. Now, moving into our final clip here, we have an infill sequence on the map High Rise. And I just wanted to highlight this because instead of just driving in on a vehicle, being dropped in from a helicopter or something like that, they do something completely different. They go up into the high rise via an elevator, almost reminding you of the mission No Russian. However, I have to say that I really like this infill sequence, and it just seems really cool, especially compared to the other ones that we've seen in game. The second thing I wanted to highlight here is the fact that when they start the game, it looks as though they are playing ground war on high rise. I am assuming that this is because they are playing in custom games. I don't think this is normally going to be on there, especially because they talk about vehicle combat and things like that. And we know right away that the ground war maps are actually not original Modern Warfare 2 maps. We're actually going to get into that one in a second. But the next thing that you can see here is what we were talking about before, getting outside of the map, but not outside of the map at the same time. He climbs up the various different cranes, and these are things that people would do back in Modern Warfare 2, and they have completely made a return in this game as well, with the one difference: you can parachute back into the map, which is completely different than Modern Warfare 2 because that didn't exist back then. But I think it's a cool addition. And let's go talk about ground war real quick because I said I'd mention it. So the map that I believe is coming within the beta is called Popov Power, and it is the ground war map. These are the maps that you're going to have your vehicles on, your tanks, your things like that. But there's also another mode coming as well, which is war. I believe it is 24v24, and it is the mode that we saw back in Call of Duty World War II, the one where you had to push objectives forward while the other enemy team was defending. We saw the D-Day mission like that, and those are apparently making a return with big team matches, and those are not going to be maps from the original Modern Warfare 2. Those ones are going to be brand new. And then we have our operator. So the one that you were looking at is none other than Vladimir Makarov. Now, he is going to be in multiplayer. We know he's the main villain in the campaign. And by the way, that skin isn't one that you unlock. It's actually a pre-order bonus, unfortunately. There isn't currently anything to indicate that there will be unlockable skins via challenges at the launch of the game. I talked about that in my last video, but these are what the operators currently look like. I'm sure there's going to be more at launch. So that is our first look at Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. Some gameplay of it, how the weapons work, how the creator class is going to work, and how it is different from before. The second video that we are going to have today is going to go in much further depth with all the individual weapon details, all of the perks, all of the kill streaks, and all of that information. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so, turn notifications on. We're going to have much more coming throughout the day. And of course, later today, we will be talking about the new Warzone experience as well. So stay tuned for that. We've got all of that coming. Make sure you subscribe, have notifications on. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Let me know what you're thinking of the gameplay experience so far down in the comments. If you're playing this weekend, let me know your overall thoughts and views. Of course, we will be covering that in the future as well. But as always, thank you so much for watching. This has been our first Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer gameplay video. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, peace out. We are reaching for